guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here with Lenny at Unique Superbikes, and today is the day the bike is getting dyno tuned. So, bike's on the dyno right now. As you can see, she's getting warmed up and we're about to do the dirty deed. I installed, like you guys see in the last video, that was actually this morning where we installed the World Superbike filter. So now we're gonna see what kind of numbers she puts up. Do me a favor, comment down below and tell me what you guys think it's gonna put up. Do it right now. I'm gonna stop it right now and we'll wait for you, okay?
Yeah.
So this is no tune yet, guys. This is just like a baseline. And as you guys know, if you follow my channel, we always use, you know, Les's dyno. So we're doing like a before and an after the tune and everything. But right now we already have the World Superbike filter installed. So the numbers in AFR may be a little off, but we just want to, you know, basically get a baseline number on this dyno and see everything before Lenny actually goes in and tunes it. On that little screen in there, but the AFR is actually, the air-fuel ratio is actually not off compared to when we just tested just the slip-on. So now with the slip-on and the World Superbike filter, before we did the tune, you know, before we do the tune right now, the AFR is actually almost identical.
It's putting out 171.
What was it?
171.
171? Sweet. That's awesome. Look at that curve. That work? So on this dyno, it put down 171 with the filter and the exhaust, but I don't know if you guys can see it. That curve is almost perfectly linear going up. So now that we got our baseline runs, now Lenny's gonna work his magic and see what she puts out. Louis, show the viewers this. So this is a special seat actually from Aprilia, and it's just like the stock seat, but it has this red strip that goes through, so when it's on the bike, it actually follows that red line on the 17RF. It just looks gorgeous, man. That's awesome. So I'm definitely gonna have a link, you know, in the description down below for all these guys' stuff. I mean, they got a lot of custom parts. I mean, as you can see, they've got custom Aprilia racing suits. You know, we all get along here because we all love Italian motorcycles. So this is like the best place you can go for sure. Man, look at Look at that. Screw eBay. If you guys want any custom parts like this, the carbon fiber, SC Project, anything you guys want. I mean, as you can see, they have the Brembo Superbike brake calipers and rotors, everything. So definitely hit these guys up. So right now, Lenny is he's actually installing the tune on the bike. So it takes about 15-20 minutes to upload all the way to the ECU. But what's cool is with these guys, you know, if you're in Florida, you can come and see them and they'll do the work for you where they plug it into your OBD2 port. Or if you're anywhere in the country, anywhere in the United States, you can send them your ECU and they'll flash it for you and send it back. So it's definitely a great service to have, and you guys will definitely see that the proof is in the pudding after we show the numbers. So we got the tune loaded on the bike, and now we're gonna see what kind of gains we get. Now any of you guys that want to do this service, basically once the map's loaded on there and Lenny and Leo do their work, you guys can remove your exhaust servo, all the emissions off of here, and not have to worry about getting the check engine light as well. earplugs. Even on the other dyno, the outside dyno, we're like 50 feet away. It's so loud. Definitely a big jump in the mid-range, huh?
Take a look at this. I'll show you all the changes that I do first.
Alright.
Okay, this is the
In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Whip it in
race mode.
Uh-huh.
The race mode, basically, the engine brake is more freewheel,
Right.
basically, compared to having in track mode.
Right.
Track mode is you still have more engine brake.
Right. And then sport mode is basically maximum engine braking.
Yes.
The snappier throttle response to
Yes.
get in and out of traffic.
Correct.
So we just wanted to clarify that because people always ask what's the difference between sport, race, and track. So basically race is going to be the same performance as far as your throttle feel as track, but race has less engine braking, so it feels smoother on D-cell. Track has more engine braking, and sport is the maximum engine braking, but it's a completely different throttle response, so it's almost snappy compared to like the linear of the track and the race. So I want to show you guys the numbers.
Pero lo voy a poner un mapa de Mark 12 so you can bring up the cars for one night.
It's astonishing. So we put down, just to show you guys here, our baseline was 172.44, and after our map, you know, the tune on there, it basically started at 178, and the bike was still cool because it takes about 30 minutes to actually upload the map. So put down 178 on this dyno after the tune was initially installed. After the bike warmed up, I don't know if you can see this, it went from 178 to 181 to 183 to 184, all the way up to 185.6 was our maximum run. So we gained 13 horsepower over the base number on this bike. So if you guys use Lenny's service, you know, here at Unique Superbikes, basically doesn't matter what exhaust you have, the Akrapovich, the SC Project, you know, within a couple horsepower depending on the typical exhaust, but you guys can expect to see gains of 12 to 15 horsepower over what you're putting down just with a slip-on. Now, we may have a little bit of the advantage running the World Superbike filter, but that's all within 1 to 3 horsepower. But as you can see, you know, with Lenny's tune and the setup that we have on the bike, it's making some real power. It's definitely making some good power. I mean, that's crazy. 13 horsepower over the baseline, insane. All right, guys. So now what we're doing is, you've seen how we tested on 93 pump gas. So now what we're doing is we're draining the tank, and we're putting MR12 in here just to show you guys, because what's great is this service is actually pretty much cheaper than buying the race ECU. But what's great about it is if you get, you know, say you get a stock ECU, you know, $400 or $500 off of eBay, you can send them 2 ECUs, and they can tune 1 ECU for a street map on pump gas, and then they can tune you, you know, the other ECU just for MR12. So when you take it to track days, take it to races, it'll be set up for that. So we want to show you what you guys can expect running Lenny's map, you know, running his tune and flash, what you can expect to get out of it on MR12 now. So we're going to compare it. All right, so now we're testing the bike on MR12. See what she puts down. How'd you do? Nice. Alright, so 189.5 is what we got with MR12. Now that's not a full tank at MR12, you know, so it was probably mixing a little bit with the pump gas. But overall, those are great gains. I mean, that's awesome. I definitely couldn't be happier. Big shout out to Leo at Unique Superbikes for definitely taking care of us and putting down some real power on the RSV4 finally. Man, glad I can finally come and do this.
No, man,
Absolutely.
a pleasure.
And these guys are going the extra mile too. So they're removing that big chunk of garbage, aka the exhaust servo, and well, the motor. And I mean, it's just great. Like, if you guys are in Florida anywhere, please make the drive and come out to Unique Superbikes. Thanks again to Lenny, you know, for everything and putting that magic sauce in the pudding for us. And yes, seriously, I mean, thank you, Leo, as well for having us.
It's been a pleasure.
And putting up with my shitty jokes. And Brandon, we're coming for you, dude. The R1 is going down now on SmackDowns. But thank you guys for watching so much. If you're new to the family, please don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you learned anything. And links in description below for these guys down here in Miami. Send them your ECU. They'll work wonders with it. Better than the race ECU, everything. It's more or less a race ECU on steroids. You get all the benefits of the race ECU, but optimal tuning, everything. Like I say, check these guys out. And they have some of the best custom parts actually in stock here, like the custom seat we showed you and all that shit. So definitely check out Leo, you got a website, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So I'll the website's down below, the phone number, call up Leo and these guys here, and thank you guys for watching.